filming this in June, and I was hoping to be wearing t-shirts, flip-flops, but typical British weather, could look out the window and imagine that it was close to Christmas. So hopefully when you watch this video, it'll be a little bit warmer out there, but this will give you that Christmas tingle. So, as you all know, Uniworld travels across 38 itineraries in 22 rivers across 26 countries, and we go to Europe and Russia, India, China, Vietnam and Cambodia. But in the winter months, we get a lot of people, a lot of customers asking, where do you go in the winter months? A perfect opportunity for your customers is Europe, especially the Christmas markets. We've also got some fantastic Christmas and New Year holiday cruises, which I'm also going to touch on this snapshot webinar. So I just want to set the scene a little bit for you, and we have found that a lot of people like to give Christmas markets as gifts, the holidays as gifts, and there are a lot of people that have paid for their parents and for friends to go on a river cruise at the Christmas market time. But for your customers who want to treat themselves to a winter holiday which will surpass all others, they can choose from 6 dazzling itineraries, each infused with our old world tradition and splendour, marvelling at Europe's most resplendent Christmas markets with a host of seasonal delights both on board and on shore. What a way to celebrate the most magical time of the year. And to put you in the mood a little bit, we've got a nice little video here to show you what life is like on board on the Uniworld in the holiday market time, but also more importantly what there is to do when you're travelling through Europe visiting these beautiful Christmas markets.
This winter, begin a new tradition. Embrace all the holiday sights, sounds, and tastes where many of the customs we celebrate today got their start in the heart of Europe. Now, you can be a part of these delightful celebrations as you sail aboard the luxurious Grand River cruise ships of Uniworld. You'll be charmed by the festive atmosphere, centuries-old streets beautifully decorated, enchanting places with holiday cheer, where the sounds of school children and songs like Silent Night linger in the crisp winter air. On the glassy waters of some of Europe's most famous rivers, you'll cruise from one festive celebration to the next. Amid the fun and excitement of the European holiday season, you'll enjoy the convenience of unpacking only once. No busy highways, no checking into yet another hotel. Your Uniworld ship often docks in the heart of town. Step ashore and enjoy. You're always just a short stroll to delightful city squares like Nuremberg, where Germany's oldest Christmas market dates back to 1628. Traditional handicrafts are plentiful. The scent of gingerbread, cinnamon, and roasting chestnuts fill the air. Stop for a moment to enjoy a sip of Glühwein, the traditional hot-spiced wine. Get an intimate view of the sights and sounds with an optional excursion as local guides lead you along fascinating side streets to unspoiled gems that will delight your senses. Explore landmarks like Cologne's spectacular Gothic cathedral, Siegfried's Museum of Mechanical Musical Instruments, or ornate Baroque cathedrals such as the one in Passau, housing the largest church pipe organ in Europe. And enjoy special events like wine tasting in a 17th century wine cellar, attending a Mozart and Strauss concert, or learning how to make gingerbread. No matter which holiday cruise you choose, you'll travel in style on board our luxurious floating hotels. As you wind your way through the tranquil European winter countryside, you'll be treated to a magnificent lobby, intimate lounges, and elegant dining room, all adorned with whimsical holiday decor. In your stateroom, you'll find the finest amenities to keep you cozy. And at every turn, friendly faces are there to ensure you have everything you need to make your cruise truly memorable. So for a few precious days, the world revolves around you. This holiday season, revel in the fun and festivities of Europe's holiday markets. Travel with the experts, Uniworld. With all the extras we provide, it's not surprising that so many travelers come back to us again and again.
Christmas markets are beautiful. It's been so much fun. I would like to do this again next year.
Well, I trust that's put you in a little bit of a Christmassy mood there, and with a wonderful video bringing to life what happens both on board and whilst you're off the Uniworld ships on the Christmas market. Now, for 2016, for the very first time, we've launched a Christmas market brochure. We've pulled out 4 of the itineraries that take in the Christmas markets, and this is perfect for you to send to your guests and for you to show your guests what is available for their holiday. We do have an extra 2 itineraries which don't appear in the Christmas market, and that's because they're the Christmas holiday ones, and I will touch on those today. So, what are our itineraries? Now, the first one here is the Rhine holiday market. This is a beautiful Basel to Cologne or Cologne back to Basel, depending on which one you're doing. 8-day cruise. It goes on the 28th of November, the 5th of December, the 12th of December, and the 19th of December. Starts in either Basel, works its way through to Cologne or vice versa. And this particular cruise will take in Switzerland, France and Germany. They'll be your backdrops, and visiting some fantastic Christmas markets on the way. Now, this is quintessentially Christmas. These type of cruises are for people that are shoppers, people that want to look for unique gifts, people that are Christmas enthusiasts who are looking for the origins of many cherished holiday traditions, and anybody that loves seasonal treats and festive holiday decorations and lights. This is perfect for them. They will see many of these Christmas markets as they're going up and down the rivers here. You'll have a once-a-year treat with Uniworld's Taste of Christmas programme as well, and that includes gingerbread, crepes with cinnamon, warm spiced wine when you're on board. So it's going to be an absolutely fantastic opportunity for those people that really love their Christmas. Now, the second one that we've got is the Danube holiday markets, and this is Budapest through to Passau, or Passau back to Budapest, depending on where you do it. And these cruises leave on the 2nd, the 9th, and the 16th of December, and this will take in Germany, Austria, Slovakia and Hungary, so all the way through the wonderful majestic Danube River. And Budapest has celebrated Christmas for 1,000 years since the reign of St. Stephen, so they really know how to celebrate great Christmas. They've been doing this a long time. And the type of people that enjoy this Danube holiday market are people who love their music, people who love special holiday treats, people that like caroling, going to classical concerts in Vienna, going to see an exclusive organ recital, that type of thing. If that's what they like, then they'll find this in abundance on this particular cruise. Even if they just like to do their shopping, then again, there's unique gifts to be had at these enchanting Christmas markets all the way down through Danube. Now, the next one is called the Classic Christmas Markets, and this is just going through Germany, and it's from Nuremberg to Frankfurt. It's an 8-day cruise, and this is a really fantastic one. We've got 4, one leaving on the 28th of November, one on the 5th of December, the 12th of December, and the 19th of December. And just to bring this alive a little bit for you, once upon a time, people gathered on cobblestone squares to buy special tools and ingredients they needed to make the treats of the season. They kept warm with hot, spiced wine, music and games while they shopped and chatted with the local tradesmen. Those were the first Christmas markets 500 years ago. Today, though the light comes from twinkling electric bulbs rather than torches, bonhomie and fun still prevail. And from the experience that I've had going to German markets on a Uniworld ship, it's absolutely true. The Germans do it as good as anybody in the world. These German markets are absolutely stunning. And you can go to Frankfurt and do a Frankfurt tour. And a great way to do a tour is by doing as the locals do and experiencing the local flavours. So you'll be walking around, experiencing Christmas delights, having hot dogs. Frankfurters on the way, which obviously they're famous for, and their famous apple cider as you go around. So a really, really lovely one there, the classic Christmas market. And just to note that the sailing on the 12th of December is one of our multi-generational family-friendly program sailings. And this basically means that on the 12th of December, it will be geared up for people to bring children along. And they'll be able to share the magic of a European holiday with you guys. And it's the classic Christmas markets is a really good way and a fun way for the children to participate in what's going on off the ship and on the ship as well, and they'll be involved in the gingerbread making and just getting things ready for a Christmas treat. So the classic Christmas markets has a multi-generational sailing on the 12th of December. The next one is the European holiday markets. Now this particular cruise takes in Germany and Austria. It starts in Nuremberg, ends in Vienna, and it's an 8-day cruise. And this takes you to some of the most famous and delightful holiday markets in Central Europe. Each market you'll find different wooden stalls displaying traditional crafts. They range from quirky little characters made of fruit, dressed in Bavarian costumes, and you'll find beautifully carved and painted nativity figures. You'll find ornaments and fine contemporary crafts, along with fairy tale villages decked in holiday finery. It really is sort of the quintessential holiday market, Nuremberg down to Vienna. And the sailings that this particular ship and holidays happen is the 1st, the 8th, and the 15th of December. And as I say, that's Nuremberg down to Vienna, or if you're doing the reverse, it'll be Vienna down to Nuremberg. So those are our holiday markets. Those are the ones where you'll go pre-Christmas and have maybe a week's break, and you can start thinking now of the type of people that would like that, the type of customers that you've got that like the holiday markets, that might like to try a river cruise and might want to put the two together. We do know, and we have this a lot, people asking, where do you go over Christmas and New Year? Now, a lot of ocean cruise ships, you'd have to travel a long way because they will not have the cruise ships where the weather is not so good. So they might take them back over to the Caribbean or wherever. However, with us, we want people to be experiencing the Christmas, the cold, the crisp nights, the snow. So we have a couple of ships doing a couple of itineraries. And the first one is the Enchanted Christmas and New Year's cruise, and this goes from Passau down to Budapest, and it's 11 days. And this actually cruises, the first cruise starts on the 23rd of December on the River Beatrice, and you'll be travelling through, and you'll actually have Christmas Eve in Passau, and you'll do a walking discovery tour of the medieval town, taking in lots of the architectural gems, and there'll be special holiday treats there as well, which will be letting you make gingerbread and allowing you to learn how to do the elegant floral centerpieces. And that night on Christmas Eve, the captain's welcome reception, and you'll have a festive Christmas Eve dinner on board. And as we'll be docked there, and as we are a boutique hotel, you can get on and off as you want. So if you wanted to have midnight mass at St. Stephen's Cathedral, you can get off the ship and do that. The next day will be Christmas Day, and you'll be in Linz, and that's the connecting point for Salzburg and Oberndorf. So you've got a choice of 2 Austrian towns, but both of them very famous for music. Obviously, Salzburg is the birthplace of Mozart. But interestingly, in How Christmassy Is This, it is the location for several scenes in the classic film The Sound of Music. It isn't Christmas without The Sound of Music. And you'll go to the famous gardens where Maria and the children sang Do, Re, Mi. So how about that for a Christmas Day treat? If you wanted to go elsewhere to Oberndorf, then you can go where the carol Silent Night was performed for the very first time. So again, majorly Christmassy. As you continue on your cruise, you'll spend a couple of days in Vienna, you'll go to Melt, Bratislava, but you'll actually end up in Budapest on New Year's Eve, and you'll be spending New Year's Day there as well. And again, New Year's Eve in Budapest, you'll be you've got a couple of choices of what you want to do, but you can tour the remarkable Hungarian State Opera House if you wish. And that evening, you're ringing the New Year, which will be a highlight of the trip, no doubt, having a gala dinner and a dance in an elegant ballroom. And the next day, New Year's Day, you'll be in Budapest, and you'll start the New Year off with a sumptuous brunch. You probably want to get up a little bit later, and then you can spend the day just travelling around Budapest and experience what's going on. And that night, you'll have a captain's farewell reception and gala dinner So not only to say farewell to the friends that you've met and farewell and to the cruise itself, but welcoming a brand new year with your newfound friends. So that's your first one, the Enchanting Christmas and New Year. The second one we have is the Grand Christmas and New Year's Cruise. Now this is a 13-day cruise. It's a little bit longer. It starts on the 22nd of December and we'll be going from Nuremberg to Budapest. So it takes in Germany, Austria and Hungary, which is fantastic. You'll actually have Christmas Eve in Regensburg, and you'll have Christmas Day there as well. And so you can actually experience midnight mass on Christmas Eve at the spectacular Gothic cathedral in Regensburg. And in the daytime on Christmas Day, after you've had a festive meal complete with all the trimmings, Christmas meal with all the trimmings, then you can have a Christmas Day mass if you wish. You can go and explore Regensburg, which has got nice quaint cobblestone streets, medieval alleys, ancient Roman ruins, and just have a nice day relaxing on Christmas Day. Then your cruise will take you through Deggendorf, Passau, Linz and Salzburg, Dürnstein, and then you'll end in Vienna for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Now, what a stunning and a magical place to end the year in Vienna. You can take a tour of the Sköbrunn Palace, which is the former Habsburg summer residence. It's got really ornate decor and elaborate gardens. And then you can ring in the new year in a Viennese palace with a festive dinner, private concert and dancing. Oh, how wonderful is that? And then on New Year's Day, you can explore Vienna on your own. So an absolutely stunning way to do Christmas and New Year, I'm sure you'll agree. Now, we were very fortunate that at Christmas last year, Way Marik, who is a glorified Christmas fiend, she loves everything to do with Christmas. She went on one of our ships and did a Christmas market with her mum. And she has written in Travel Weekly, and you can find it in the edition that's around now, which is probably from about the 10th of June onwards, or online, and it's called Cruise Jingle Sales. And I've just picked out a few of the little bits that she's mentioned, certainly about our ships to start with. So the grand design of Antoinette starts in the ship's central atrium, where an extravagant crystal chandelier is surrounded by a grand two-deck staircase. At Christmas, this area is transformed into a winter wonderland with pretty white lights wrapped around the staircase, a beautifully dressed Christmas tree standing proudly alongside a showstopper of a gingerbread house. And from what I've heard, she spent a lot of time around that gingerbread house. A lot of pictures that I saw sent through of the gingerbread house. Spent a lot of time here as well. The giant mulled wine dispenser became a popular attraction in the salon, particularly when cold guests returned to the ship from sightseeing or Christmas market shopping. There's no better way of warming up than with a glühwein and a gingerbread biscuit. Bliss. But she's also mentioned in the night times as well. It's not all about just going to bed early and touring around the Christmas markets. She's put, it was the Leopard Bar that I had the most fun, singing and dancing to the band and laughing for hours with the other guests. And she also goes on to talk about the places that she visited. So Colin was the first one. It's hard not to be caught up in the joy of Christmas when aromas of hot chestnuts, freshly baked treats and mulled wine are all around. The centrepiece of the main cathedral market is a 25-metre Christmas tree lit up by 50,000 LED lights, and it was here I began my countdown to Christmas. And then a final piece that I picked out was to do with Rudesheim. Next on the list of destinations was Rudesheim, probably my favourite port of call of the sailing. Its cobbled streets are filled with beaming, twinkling lights, and there's no part of town that's not overtaken by the sprawling 124-stall market. All German towns and cities seem to do Christmas well, but this pretty fairy tale-like town is up there with the best of them. So, excellent words by Way Marik there from Travel Weekly. She is a neutral. She certainly does not work for Uniworld, so I would keep hold of copy or find online the Travel Weekly jingle sales section. And if you've got any customers that are interested, please refer them to that, because it is a neutral person just telling you as it is, which is fantastic. So that comes to the end of our rather Christmassy feel snapshot for mid-June. You will be able to find this video and the other snapshots on our YouTube channel, but you can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. To find YouTube, Facebook and Twitter, you need to go to Uniworld Trade UK in any of those places. So Facebook, Uniworld Trade UK, Twitter @Uniworld Trade UK, and YouTube, Uniworld Trade UK. You'll be able to find all the other snapshots on there as well, and you'll be able to keep up to date with everything to do with Uniworld. Thanks so much for your time, and a Merry Christmas.